Okay, this next video, I'm going to go back to a quilting pattern. This was a pattern, one of the patterns I downloaded. I get some free ones in email every day, and I save them, go back through them, and see if I want to do one of them. I've expanded it out. They had a small section of this, and this is a different piece that they use. And the quilting's diamond. I did several videos using a quilting diamond and a quilting square. Well, this is a different animal here, and I've never seen a video where people actually used this or spoke of it as far as quilting goes. I never took geometry. I took 3 years of algebra and a year of trigonometry in high school, and then algebra in college. But I've learned enough geometry. I can handle right triangles to figure things and circumference of circles and things you actually use sometimes in woodworking. I've learned all those, do that pretty well. It's not real complex. This is a new animal, and I've discovered this is called, you can see that shape right there, it's one repeated over and over again, is a isosceles trapezoid. And the pattern I had was just a picture, a partial picture of a piece, and I was trying to figure out exactly how to copy it. So I just by accident, I drew two parallel lines. I figured out looking in the thing that it was 60 degrees right here. So I drew two parallel lines, just picked an arbitrary size, and started making 60-degree, alternating 60-degree angles along that strip of paper that I had the line on. And I just arbitrarily decided to choose, I think 1 inch, 2 inches for this short side. And I just happened by happenstance to draw the parallel lines the right distance apart, and chose the right number there, that I came out with an almost perfect isosceles triangle, trapezoid. And I cut them out and recreated the part of this pattern on the bench. I have a photo of that. You can see that as I'm talking. And it worked perfectly. So then I decided to go to this in Inkscape. And I worked a long time. I couldn't get that to work. What I finally did, I went to an AI prompt and had them create an isosceles. I saw one of these trapezoids with these dimensions and angles in a PDF form, and I got it to do that, and I imported that in and used a Bezier tool to copy the outside. It took me about 4 tries to get it right. But once I got the angles right and everything, they just fit together. If you got them right, they just snap together. So I'm kind of pleased that I got that done. I figured out how to do that. So anyway, I've got 2 layers of wood, contrasting wood. One's walnut, the other one I'm not sure. It's a lighter wood. So I'm going to cut this out. There's 64 pieces to cut. I'm going to come into the center and work my way out. I've got another piece here that I got them numbered, one down this way and all the way across. I got them numbered 1 through 64. Got this matching, so as I cut them off, I can put them on this piece and keep track of them as I go, and try to get them where I cut them from, and mated sides together where I cut. So anyway, I'm going to go with I think a number 5 blade on this one. It's not real dense wood. It's just a 1/2 inch thick total. So I'll make a smaller kerf than I would with a larger blade and have less waste. So let me see if I can make this look as good as the pattern looks. We'll see when I get there, so I'm going to start on it. Okay, so I finished it. I put a frame on it. I like that. Put it in this orientation because it gives the best 3D effect, at least to my eyes it does. That's a nice little oak frame that I built. Put a hanger on it so it'll hang in that direction, that orientation. And there's many times through this project, especially when I was lining it out, putting it together, I think this is just not going to work. I'm not going to get this done. But I think that in almost every project I'm into. But it's done. It's not perfect. I mean, if you look at the details, you see some things don't line up, but it gives the overall 3D effect. And that's what I was looking for. That's what this project was about. So if you like that, hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed and want to see, I got some other 3D things I'm going to try out if I can figure them out. If you want to see those, well, hit subscribe so you know when they come out. I'll probably go back to a letter box for the next video. I'm up to the letter K. And that one's going to be difficult to figure out, but I'll have to sit with some fonts and go through my font library, see what I can come up with. So, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.